Hi guys, it's Sherry, and this will be a weeks 8 and 9 pregnancy update. Like in my last video, I had originally done all 4 weeks together, so I wanted to separate them so they're shorter, more digestible. And yesterday I wasn't feeling so well, and I was feeling just kind of like fat and gross. And I didn't include a bump picture, so today is officially 10 weeks. So I will edit in a new ending and a bump shot. So enjoy my update for weeks 8 and 9. So then in the 8th week, we had a doctor appointment. We had another ultrasound. So, recapping, this was 7 weeks, or 6 weeks, 6 weeks. Sorry, I have to look at see what you're seeing, baby. And then at 8 weeks, we've got a little peanut. And so super cool because little peanut has arms and leg buds. And I mean, it just looks so much bigger. Heart rate, she didn't take the heart rate, but it looked good. She doesn't do that for me. But she said everything looked really great. She weighed me for the first time, which was interesting. I had gained a little less than 1 kilo, so I had gained like 2 pounds. And I attribute that to the fact that I felt so sick, I wasn't working out, and I also was eating all the carbs. I mean, they also say bloating. That week also started to be like a very gassy week. I'm just burping all the time. I'm very disgusting. I have just like bloated tummy, and so yeah, I gained weight, which was not the most fun thing, but whatever. So yeah, saw the baby again, and since 8 weeks went well, I also got my Mutterkind pass, which was my mother-child pass. So basically, it's a yellow booklet that almost looks like a passport. And in Austria, you have to have one of these, and it lists all of your doctor's appointments and information about yourself. And they have to stamp that you went to all your doctor's appointments. And this pretty much means that you have to have checked all the boxes, gone to all the required appointments in order to get your maternity benefits. And of course, everyone wants those, but I mean, I want a healthy baby, so it was more important to me to go to the appointments for that. But yeah, so I got this pass. And it's kind of like a rite of passage when you're pregnant here, because when you get your Mutterkind pass, it's saying, oh yeah, you're pregnant, you're good to go. I mean, of course, you're never good to go, but it just feels nice. My husband and I were like high five when we got out of the appointment, and that was nice. And then, yeah, that was good. And because everything went well at that appointment, we were going to tell my mother-in-law the next day, or that weekend. And so we surprised my mother-in-law. I made a box. It was like really pretty colors, and inside I had like pretty like rainbow colored wrapping paper because we don't know if it's a boy or a girl, so I didn't want to put anything like too gendery in there because then she'll get confused. And I had made like a smaller version of this picture, and I made it say, "Hi, Grandma. We'll see each other in March 2019," in German, of course. And then I put the pictures that I had taken anyways of like announcing we were pregnant, and had like the 2 pregnancy tests, one in German, one in English, and a little chicken and these little hearts that she actually gave us also for our wedding present. So that was super fun, and I think like I've just been like more likely to tell people now. I kind of realized that every time I was talking about my pregnancy, I kept saying like, if it works, and and just kind of like these things that I was kind of doing for my own protection. But then I realized that having to say that after everything kind of just like makes it not feel so nice. And so I told myself, okay, I don't think it's doing me any favors anymore to say if it works and oh geez. I think that it's just better to enjoy it. I still had only told the people that I trusted the most and the people that I would go to even if something went wrong. So why not just celebrate it? So we told my mother-in-law. That was super fun. I also, hold on, I wrote something on my piece of paper and I can't see what it is. So telling my in-laws, and also my boobs got bigger that week. So my boobs were hurting, But in that week, they had gotten like fuller and heavier and not the worst part of pregnancy. Because like I definitely gotten bloated looking, and I don't appreciate like looking fatter because I'm a woman, and I mean no one ever does. I mean you don't get a sweet pregnancy belly until much further along, and also too, I think that there's all this like misunderstanding that like maybe most people are looking completely the same in the first trimester, which probably they are, and some people lose weight because of nausea. And here I was like already starting to look fat, but big boobs, and especially not just like big boobs. This is TMI, but I'm gonna do it anyways. But you know, after 30, and even after going off my birth control, like I have like, you know, around D-sized boobs, large C's or something, and they just like look deflated. And it was probably just because I'm over 30. I'm 32, and and then and then all of a sudden they look so nice. I mean, they've got life to them again. I mean, my husband appreciates them, I appreciate them, and it's kind of just like having like breast implants. And for me, this is fine. So, anyways, enough about my boobs. In the 9th week, which was this week, still nauseous. The thing that changed about my nausea is that before it was all day, but probably like mostly in the morning, maybe subsiding a little in the afternoon and coming back at night. And now my nausea is actually the best in the morning. So I wake up like a little bit more raring to go and able to eat whatever I want to make my body eat for breakfast. So like now I'm back to eating some egg whites, and I make like cashew yogurt with berries and flax seeds and hemp hearts, and so like I can get a good healthy morning breakfast in. And I have started running again. So before I got pregnant, like a month before I got pregnant, I ran a 10K, so that's about like 6 miles. But I very often ran a 5K or like 3 miles every other day before work, because working out in the morning is the best time, because in the evenings I like to enjoy my time with my husband and getting it out of the way. Even though I'm really like half power in the morning, I could have more energy around 5 or 6, but it just wasn't working that we were ever going to work out in the evening. So at least in the morning it would happen. So on Monday I ran 1.5 miles and I walked 1.5 miles. So I did my 5K, but I walked half of it and I ran half of it. And then on Wednesday, I ran 2 miles and walked 1 mile. And tomorrow, on Friday, is the big day. I think I'm going to increase to 2.5 miles and then walking a half mile. And then eventually I'd like to get back up to 3 miles, doing it at least 3 times a week. So we shall see. But that was like a big accomplishment for me. Yeah, I also got a fetal Doppler this week. So I didn't buy it, but I borrowed it from someone. So fetal Doppler, handheld. So this one goes on your uterus area, and then you can hear it on here. And I knew I wanted to get one, but I was having trouble finding them on Amazon to buy. Again, not my country, so harder to find. And a friend of mine who is pregnant with her second here, and she's in her 3rd trimester, coming to the end, and so she gave me hers. So 2 days ago, I tried listening, and I couldn't find it. I was so tired at the time, too. It was at night, and I was like, ooh, and after 5 minutes, I just gave up, because I've heard some bad things, and my mom is like a worrier of all proportions, so she told me it's terrible. But I heard like maybe that it can heat up your fetus, or that it's not good to do often. So basically I figured I'll try for 5 minutes, then I'll put it away, and I'll try a couple more days. But I don't want to do it every day. I don't want to do it for 15 minutes straight. So today is officially, tomorrow is officially 10 weeks. So I'll try it again maybe tomorrow, and then if that doesn't work, I'll try it 3 or 4 more days later, and we'll just see if I hear it. Because, I mean, I have to admit, I've been really lucky with having a lot of doctor's appointments. So when I have to wait 3 or 4 weeks, then it like just feels stressful. And then also this week we registered at a hospital. It's 5 minutes away. It's super nice. It's newly renovated. I have just the public insurance here, so if you have private insurance, then you can go to like some really swanky hospitals. But if you have public insurance, you have to pick from like I think 6 of them, and this one is 5 minutes away. And I really heard really good recommendations, and my mother-in-law was born there, so I feel good about it. And the woman who checked us in was super, super nice. And we had a really nice feeling. So we haven't seen the maternity wing yet. We're actually in the wing that's still getting renovated, so that was a bit strange. Like, you see like plastic and stuff, and you're like, oh, that's not what my room is gonna look like, is it? So that was also super nice. And then last thing is some of my tips and tricks, or what worked for me for nausea. So I have found a couple things that work pretty well. I mean, eating what seems good to me works. Carbs work. Carbs are the best. I mean, pasta, bread, sandwiches, they're really the only thing that I can eat. Pizza. Because everything else is just, it looks disgusting. I can't bring myself to eat it. And even like, I don't have any cravings yet. There's nothing I crave. I even like try to entice myself with food I used to crave, because I mean, I used to crave food just like anyone else. You're like, ooh, I could go for a burger today. Veggie, but burger. But I can't get excited about food like that. So, but even when I say, yeah, okay, some pasta. Yeah, we're gonna do some pasta. And even if I start eating it and then it's okay, like even just like the first bite, I always just look at it. I'm like, oh, like even now it's 4 o'clock, and so I'm starting to get like nauseous again. And my nausea like really gets bad around like 2 or 3. And like when I already like thought about what I wanted to eat for dinner this morning. And it already sounds disgusting, but I'm still going to eat it because I know I like it. I know when I start eating it, it's going to be okay. And one of these days, in the second trimester, I'll start eating much more healthy, and I'll be running, and I'll get back to my old self. But what I do when I feel sick, one thing, I mentioned these in my last video, but I have a pack, Gingins. I mean, of course, I'm not sponsored for any of these things. I'm a brand new YouTuber, but the biggest reason why I picked it to try, these are like ginger candies, and this guy is just adorable. They're kind of big and really super chewy, but they're really good for just like distracting your mind completely from nausea, because they're sweet, they have a really strong ginger taste, and like one night we were going out to dinner with friends, and I was like, oh my god, how am I gonna go out to dinner right now? But I started eating one of these in the car, and it's like almost like you just kind of reroute your brain to stop focusing on nausea. Because like, I feel like when I would think about nausea before, I would think about it in my stomach. But now like nausea for me is like from here to here. It's like in my brain, it's like in my throat, it's like in the back of my mouth. And Gingins help. Another thing that helps a lot are pretzel sticks. Here they call them soletis. And like everyone calls them soletis. So like if you say like pretzel stick, no one would really know what you're talking about. But pretzel sticks, man, I mean, even starting in the morning, when I'm on the metro in the morning, first time I started eating pretzel sticks, they're salty, they're crunchy, and they're good. And the other thing is gummy bears. So I'm getting to the bottom of this bag, but I find that gummy bears are really good at getting that gross taste out of your mouth. So those are my 3 tricks. And this little lady right here, poor girl, she has really bad breath, and her breath really brings out my nausea. So I also try not to be too close face to face with that one. Anyways, tomorrow is 10 weeks, and next Friday on 11 weeks, I have my next appointment, and I can't wait to see something baby-shaped. I am getting a care package from my mom, and my care package is going to have macaroni and cheese, because I think I'm going to get down with that. And it has a pregnancy journal, so I will share all the contents of this box next week. So I'm hoping then the day of my appointment on 11 weeks, I will do a 10-week update. I will talk about my doctor's appointment, and then I can also talk about what's in my box. So I hope everyone enjoyed the video. It was super long. Maybe I'll have to edit it down, but I just didn't want to leave anything out because it was covering a month of information. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you at my next video update. And now I will show a picture of my bump. So regarding my bump, it looks like fat and and bloating, but what convinced me this morning to show my tummy is that every week when I like wake up and it's the next week, I go on Instagram and I just look at like 10 weeks pregnant, and I look at other girls and their bumps and ultrasounds, and I just get like super excited about starting the next week. And for 10 weeks, there were other girls who had bumps and looked like they had more stuff going on. So I feel a little bit better about it. So then I'm wearing workout clothes because I hope to go for a run, as I mentioned in my video. So basically, this is the bump. And I mean, it's also a little bit of fat here too, but this was definitely flatter, and now it's a little bumpy. So there, now you can see it's the blue. So yeah, that's my bump, and hopefully it'll get cuter in the next weeks and more like pregnancy bump than fat on my stomach from eating all the carbs and not exercising enough. Okay, so I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I promise to post another video within either a week or 2 weeks. And it might just be a week because next week I have a doctor's appointment at 11 weeks, and then the following week I have a doctor's appointment at 12 weeks. So maybe I just do week 10 and the doctor's appointment on week 11, the first day of week 11, and then I'll do another one for week 11 and then the doctor's appointment on the first day of week 12. Okay, have a wonderful day.